Good evening, Carolina. Buzzing tonight.
Things are getting bananas. Get updates on the escaped monkeys.
Learn all about the Zach Bryan breakup drama.
A Netflix show has been renewed for season 2. Find out which one.
And Beyonce makes Grammy history. Guess we all have to thank her now.
This and our opinions on these topics are coming up. Welcome back to The Buzz. I'm Kennede Fleming.
And I'm Gabrielle Cassini.
Monkeys are running wild in South Carolina. This past Wednesday, monkeys at research facility in South Carolina have escaped. The escape heist happened after an employee accidentally left the enclosure unlocked. After they escaped, the monkeys were seen going to other monkeys' enclosures and interacting with them. The monkeys pose no public health risks because they are bred only for medical and other research purposes. They are also quite small, only weighing 7 pounds. The CEO of the complex has said that they will search for the monkeys as long as it takes. 30 have been captured so far. Watch out for runaway monkeys knocking on your windows. So, how do you feel about monkeys being let loose?
This is honestly so crazy. My dad actually texted me when it happened, and he was like, be careful of the monkeys, and I had no idea what he was talking about, and I was like, the monkeys?
It was definitely like the most random thing I could think of happening here.
So random, and the fact that they're so small, like I guess we know they don't pose a threat.
Exactly.
But I don't know, that still is so off about me. Random animals running around like from the zoo, or not from the zoo, is it rather the research facility? Right.
Like that's such a, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine like you're going like, oh, I'm gonna go feed the monkeys, you know, and then suddenly all you see is you drop something and then they're like, let's go guys, let's go.
Yeah, and people have like pet monkeys too, I know. Yeah, but it's like those little monkeys, I don't know if it's like legal in certain states or something, but I don't know, but those didn't seem like pet monkeys. I think I would run for my life in that case.
I'd be a little bit scared.
Yeah, definitely.
Luckily they're okay and they're safe.
Exactly.
But like the people who own the monkeys, I know what you're talking about. I've seen this video of this one girl and she had a monkey and like she was crying her heart out and the monkey was just like bouncing around her head back and forth. And I was like, oh, that's sad. But then again, why do you have a monkey?
That's the most random thing. It's almost like people having like pet squirrels or something. I don't know.
How do you get
I think about that.
Like,
exactly.
Do you buy it? Do you kidnap little animals?
I don't know. That's so strange. And I know something happened. Whoever let those monkeys out, that girl is probably not happy.
I know, right? I know she was like crying on the floor, like, guys, please, I'm just a girl. I didn't mean to.
She's just a girl. She didn't mean to.
Accidentally left the door unlocked.
I would not want to have that responsibility personally.
Hopefully, but luckily she does really love animals. Exactly. She has to feed them and then the other monkeys in the facility.
Yeah.
But it's funny thinking like, I wonder what the other monkeys were thinking when they saw them like around their enclosure and they were like, how did you get out? Like, what are you doing? Because they were apparently like conversating or whatever before they like jumped the fence.
Exactly. Well, I saw this thing where it's like monkeys only travel in packs. Like they have to follow each other or something. So they probably all were like, oh, like let's all go when they saw like 3. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, that's crazy. That's so funny. Barstool Sports host Brianna LaPaglia has been speaking up about her recent breakup with singer Zach Bryan and emotional abuse allegations. The celebrity couple broke up in late October, and LaPaglia shared to her co-host, quote, "The last year of my life has been the hardest from dealing with the abuse from this dude. I'm still scared." LaPaglia also claims Bryan asked her to sign a non-disclosure agreement and offered her $12 million and a New York apartment to stay silent about the breakup. LaPaglia declined the offer and on November 8th stated on the BFF's podcast, quote, "I went through literal narcissistic and emotional abuse for a year. He made me think everything was my fault." Bryan also reportedly called LaPaglia insulting names, and she claims one-time glass was thrown during a fight. LaPaglia stated in a TikTok on November 9th she is trying to, quote, "warn young girls to stay away from older men. Let's protect ourselves." Since then, Bryan has remained silent about the situation. Wow, that's honestly so heartbreaking to know. And I think it's good that Brianna is sharing this story because it educates people on the signs of like emotional abuse and like abuse, domestic abuse within relationships and stuff like that.
Especially with celebrities, because a lot of people
Right.
think that it's like celebrities' girlfriends, like and boyfriends, they're living like their best lives and all this kind of stuff, and then
Right.
there's all the stuff that goes on behind the scenes that's even scarier.
Exactly.
And it's really brave of her to not take that. I mean, $12 million is a
Right.
lot of money.
It's a lot to turn down.
And the New York apartment,
Yeah.
like that would have been massive. But
Right.
you know, at the end of the day, if it's hurting you that bad emotionally and you want to protect other women,
Right.
that's what you need to do.
I think it's so strong of her. And like you said, a lot of people think celebrities' lives are like perfect and all that. So it's really good to raise that awareness that like there are issues like that and that is happening.
Exactly.
So that is so sad. Also, I love Zach Bryan, so I was kind of upset to hear about that. I listen to a lot of his music and I feel like, I don't know, I didn't think he would be like that.
Exactly.
That's upsetting.
I think for fans, it probably, like you said, it hurts a little bit because you're like, oh, I thought this person was like, had more common sense than that, or at least, you know, thought about other people's feelings, emotions. And then it's just like, that happens, and then you're like, ooh. Because it reminds me of, Chris Brown.
Yeah, and the Rihanna, and
that was one of those things
bad.
where, like, you wouldn't have expected it, but then when you actually see it, it's like, whoa.
I remember those pictures too were
Yeah.
terrible, like of the actual fight that they had and stuff. Like that's just terrible.
Exactly.
You know?
It seems like sometimes it feels like it isn't real, but you know it actually happened, and then you know she went through that. And then it's like, he tries to use his excuse of saying like, oh, I was like young and dumb, but it's like, yeah, many people are young and dumb, but they don't hit women.
Right. That's a big mistake to make.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Like, that is career damaging, as it should be, and it should forever carry with you.
Right.
Yeah.
I also bet it doesn't help that like it's all publicized. Like all of this is publicized while they're going through all this trauma during it. They have to deal with the whole entire world seeing it.
Yeah.
So.
And they deal with like all the hate from other people who like love that celebrity so bad.
Right.
Because that also does come with the territory of being in a relationship with a celebrity, is that even if your relationship, say, is really good and you guys love each other a lot, at the end of the day, there's still going to be that like fan relationship, that parasocialism that's going to come between you and your significant other.
Exactly.
And it's going to like hurt a little bit, but if you can stand through it together, you can stand through it together.
Exactly.
Can you think of any couples that,
trying to think.
celebrity couples that
stayed
together? Huh. With the average civilian, because
they all divorced. Sadly.
Literally, like Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande. I mean, this is a while back, but I remember like the Brad Pitt, Jennifer Aniston, and Angelina Jolie. Is that the same? Right? Wasn't it? Yeah. That was crazy. Like I feel like they cheated or something. Something always gets involved. Hollywood's crazy.
Yeah, I think the craziest cheating one I know is Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Yeah.
Every time I think about it, it actually makes me physically fume. Like you're telling me Beyonce made a whole album tearing you apart.
And it's Beyonce.
It's Beyonce.
It's Beyonce.
Like Beyonce wasted her life on you, and then you do this? Oh no. No.
You don't mess with Beyonce.
Do not mess with Beyonce, guys. We know this. We learned this. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
But that was a mind-blowing one. And then I think for childhood stories, probably Nick Jonas, and then Miley Cyrus and Selena Gomez.
I remember that. Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber. I love I'm Selena forever. I'm sorry, Hailey Bieber. I love Selena. She's my girl.
That was crazy.
Yeah,
all in their
that was
a crazy time.
I remember when everyone was like saying all this stuff about Hailey, and then like they reposted an old post of Justin and Selena together, and I mean that's honestly, I feel bad for Hailey. Like they were married.
No,
it's bad.
I'm saying they were literally married.
But I love Selena.
I know, right?
I'll always be rooting for Selena.
Exactly. Our childhood hearts are always out to that one.
Exactly.
But we do love Hailey.
Yep. Don't get us wrong.
We do love Hailey. Don't leave just yet. We will be right back with some national entertainment news right after this.
The Dallas Cowboys Cheerleading docuseries will be renewed for a second season. The series, America's Sweethearts, directed by Greg Whiteley, did very well with the first season, hitting 2.3 million views in its first 4 days, and remained on the top 10 list on Netflix for 5 weeks straight. The show even caused the popular Thunderstruck dance number to resurface itself on TikTok. In Season 1, the 2023-2024 squad, led by Kelly Finglass, captured their lives on and off the field. Whiteley aims to show viewers, quote, the human element of the Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders. He also expressed that people need to realize how much hard work the cheerleaders put in. Season 2 will pick back up displaying the 2025 squad's lives from auditions to NFL games. Did you watch any of the Dallas Cowboys cheerleader series at all?
Okay, so I have a whole backstory about this one.
I'm
So
ready.
back when they had a Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, they had like a mini show. It wasn't on Netflix. It wasn't with the cheer squad that happened in Netflix, but it was a long time ago. And I remember they did a little behind the scene thing with NFL. And I remember my dad was like, oh my gosh, Kennedy, this is so cool. You should do cheerleading one day. And then I ended up doing cheerleading one day.
Oh,
and
awesome.
it really is very difficult. But for the Netflix show, I did watch clips of it. Like I may have watched the series, but I remember mostly the clips of it and everything like that. And I thought it was really interesting.
I
loved
do
it.
too. I remember the old show you're talking about.
Yeah.
I watched those clips on TikTok. And like I remember watching it and being like, wow, this is really entertaining. Like those poor girls, honestly. And I never personally did cheerleading. I don't have the coordination for that and flexibility. But I think it's amazing how much hard work they put in. Like I can imagine. And I watched a couple episodes of the new show. And I thought it was also really entertaining.
It is. I will say though, I think her name is Kelly, and I think she's the
redhead.
The redhead,
Right.
and she's the leader of the Dallas Cowboys. She has this energy towards the girls that's very. It gives kind of jealousy.
It does.
I don't know why, because
Yeah.
a lot of the time she'll say things about their weight or their bodies, and they'll literally be like extremely skinny, and
So skinny.
like their like weight regimen is just all off kilter because of what Kelly says.
Exactly.
And I think it was even worse like when we were watching the like way back when show, but now it's even
bad.
It's even more prevalent because it's such a big issue now where people are, you know, why should somebody have to change their weight to be able to do something like that?
Right. That's actually those are the clips I watched on TikTok of Kelly literally body shaming them. And
Exactly.
They had to go on a scale and she had to be like, you can't eat this. And they would literally tear up and it's heartbreaking.
Exactly.
And I don't agree with that at all. Like that is just terrible.
It's all to like live your dream. Like
Right.
I understand like wanting to be a Dallas Cowgirl. It's something a lot of girls dream of. It's like I want to do that thing so bad that I'm willing to risk my own health and my like mental and physical health just to do that. But then again, like if you look at it from the more positive side of the show, it's like they get to go out there, they get to do their dreams, they get to perform,
awesome.
dance, and just like have the time of their lives.
Yeah. And what I noticed was interesting, they have to audition every year.
Yeah.
It's like once you're on, you're not on.
Exactly.
Even if how many years you've been doing it, like regardless, it's like you always have to audition, which you got to keep good shape. Like they really make sure those girls are the best cheerleaders in the nation.
Yeah. I do think that them having auditions every year is really cool because other like girls get that opportunity.
Yeah, that is awesome.
But it's also like, you know, like the OGs are always gonna like have top priority in Kelly's eyes because Kelly knows that those are the girls that are gonna be the best.
Right. Sometimes she doesn't though. I've seen.
Yeah, that's true too. She likes to, you know, switch it up.
Yeah.
Especially on the captains. Like she has a personal vendetta against captains.
Yeah.
I don't know what
exactly.
it is. But on the show, like the captain, she had talked about how she felt left out by the other girls, not even just Kelly.
Just the blonde girl, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And she felt so like uncomfortable around them, and like she would try to talk to them, and they would like purposely leave her out of the conversation and stuff like that. But it's like she's the captain,
right?
And so she like
it's like it's a weird jealousy thing.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Did you see people in Halloween costumes for that this year? I saw a couple, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't go out for Halloween, but I do know that it's a really popular costume.
Yeah.
Because it is cute.
It is really cute. Everyone pulled it off really good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love Dallas Cowgirls.
I know.
I think it was a dream for me because I think I wanted to be famous or like just do like dancing in some kind of way, because I used to do dance and musical theater when I was younger and things like that. So seeing the Dallas Cowgirls was really like, it was inspirational.
I'm sure.
Now that I'm older, it's a little less inspirational because of like the mental and physical health they have to go through. Right, you know what they're
put through. Right.
Yeah. But on the other side, it's like, okay, it's like a cute little show, and we love that.
Yeah. I think that this docuseries shows a lot more of like the truth behind it. I feel like the older one was more just like, it really showed Kelly's opinions and ideas, and now this like, I don't know, it just shows more. I feel like they're supporting the girls a little more now. It's definitely gotten better. I hope so.
Like the humanity of the girls.
Yeah.
So they're like real humans, and they have emotions and feelings.
Not just like people dancing.
Exactly.
On TV.
They are not robots.
No.
But the Grammys are back, and the nominations are jam-packed with taste. This year, Beyoncé received 11 nominations, making her the most nominated person in Grammy history, with a total of 99 nominations throughout her career. This is Beyoncé's first time in the country category, with her album Cowboy Carter up for Album of the Year and Country Album of the Year. If she were to win, she would be the first Black woman to win Album of the Year in the 21st century. Other competition for Album of the Year, including Sabrina Carpenter's Short and Sweet, Chappell Roan's The Rise and Fall of the Midwest Princess, and Charli XCX's Brat. Other popular categories include Song of the Year with Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar, and Best New Artist, also featuring Doechii. So, do you know much about the Grammys or anything like that?
Not really, not yet, but I do love watching it every year and like seeing everyone's outfits and stuff.
Absolutely.
But I don't know, what are your thoughts on it?
I personally love the Grammys, but I do think they are rigged to some points, because I wonder who exactly is picking the choices. Because so many artists put in so many nominations.
So many.
And it's like they don't get picked, but they're some of the most popular songs at the moment or in this past year. And it's like, why are they not there? You know?
Exactly. I don't know who's on the board. Like, that's a good question. Is it like people in our generation? Is it older people? Because sometimes I do notice there's a bunch of random nominations in there, and I'm like, I've never heard of this artist before. I've never listened to this song. Don't know if it's just me, but I know, for example, like Taylor Swift's Fortnite song. I love Taylor Swift, don't get me wrong, but I have not listened to that song, I don't think once.
That one song has been nominated for so many different awards on so many different award shows.
So many.
It's mind-boggling, because who is streaming that? Like, nobody is streaming that.
I've seen it on the radio like once or twice when I can't connect to my Bluetooth or something. Exactly. I don't use the radio.
Like, nobody's listening to that one.
Literally nobody.
It's a shame.
So
I'm hoping that the more popular songs at least have a better chance than that singular song. Yeah. But I mean, because that song isn't even in the duos category.
No.
But it's a duo.
Which is so confusing. I honestly was upset about Gracie Abrams not being nominated either. Because I know a Taylor Swift and Gracie Abrams song was nominated.
I think it might have been called Up.
Us.
Us. Yeah.
But I mean, I was a big fan of Gracie Abrams this past year and her new album, and I feel like she did so good. But like Taylor Swift, I love her, but she's always got to be in there.
Exactly. Like,
she's always got to be in there.
Leave space for, you know,
the others.
Other artists. Yeah. Like Chappell Roan, for example. I know for sure she's at least taking one of those awards home.
She's got to.
She's in a lot of them.
Too. Yeah.
But she has to take at least one of them.
She's a newer artist, right?
Exactly. You know what? Yeah. New artist. She's probably going to take new artists, because she genuinely deserves that.
She does.
Like, hardworking.
She does.
I mean, I know I said a couple things about her on this show, but she is still a wonderful artist, and she's very talented, and I think she really deserves that new spot.
I agree.
And then Charli XCX.
I was going to ask you, what do you think about her? I
want her to win. Yeah. You know? Because a lot of people, for some reason, did not know who Charli XCX was.
I didn't until TikTok,
really?
If I'm being honest.
You didn't know I don't care. I love it. And
I didn't even know that's what she's saying.
Yeah. Well,
I did not know that.
That's exactly what people were saying. And I was like, guys, she's that little black-headed girl who talks about driving stuff into a car. Driving her dad's truck into a bridge.
I had no idea. You just gave me some new information. Yes. Wow. Well, now I really hope she wins, because I love that song every time it comes on.
Yes.
Wow, that is so interesting.
I think it's really cool that she got a nomination, because she's been working for so long.
Yeah, because that was a long time ago.
That was a really, really
Very
long time ago. And I'm like, that's so cool. I'm like so happy for her. Because she also went on tour for I think maybe like, well, the first time for like the general public to really know about her, because she went with Troye Sivan, I think, for her tour, and then she also had Addison Rae on her tour for some reason.
Addison Rae had a little singing thing for a second.
She still is doing that. Well, it's definitely unique. I
really is.
Personally never listened to that, but
I think she needs to stick to TikTok.
Really, I think so too.
Sorry.
I think. Oh my gosh, how do you feel about TikTokers doing music careers?
I don't think like
it should be happening. It should be happening.
I don't think it should be happening unless like that's what they've always wanted, and they're like, okay, I'll get publicity on TikTok first.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Like it has to be an actual small artist who wants to get TikTok famous for singing.
That's exactly.
Because you got to start at singing before you can become like
Charli D'Amelio went on Dancing with the Stars.
Exactly.
Which good for her. You know what I mean? Like she made it clear that she loved dancing. That's what she wants to do.
Exactly. That is her genre.
If you're just on TikTok and then you're like, I want to sing. Where did that come from?
Like
I don't know.
What's her name? The Dixie D'Amelio.
Oh.
I think she was probably the most random one. Because what do you mean?
I did not see that coming.
Because your sister is the dancer, and she does dance competitions, so it makes sense for her to actually go out and dance.
Right.
But you? What do you do?
I don't know where that came from.
No, I really want to know her background, because like, what did you do? Like musical theater, dancing, singing?
Hopefully.
None of them. I was like, ooh, that one. And then Chase Hudson. This is a very specific memory I have of him just doing absolutely horrible rapping and singing. And I think about it sometimes and I'm like, this was beautiful.
Wow, yeah.
This is
if I'm being honest, do you remember Josh Richards and Bryce Hall's like diss track?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
I actually was in an Uber the other day and they were saying that he drove Josh Richards and Bryce Hall a couple weeks ago in his car. And we were like, wow, here in Columbia, South Carolina.
Oh, they need to go. We don't want that. We don't
I was
want that
like,
energy.
where did that come from? We were so shocked. He was like,
that's random.
Very random. He was like,
Real
I had
random.
no idea who they were, but then I told these girls I drove and they freaked out. And I'm like, yeah, we were like, wow, that is so interesting.
Wow. Oh
yeah.
Wow. TikTok stars, where are you now?
TikTok stars, please.
We need a resurgence of you just to see where you are with life after you quit college for some reason.
Did they even go to college?
Probably not. I don't think most of them did. I think most of them left for some reason. I was like, huh. Like, do you know who Avani is?
Yes. Wow, you just brought back
I know you're thinking about I'm thinking about the clown one.
Yeah.
Like a surge of memory, but I think she quit college to do this, and now she's like at the bottom of the barrel, and like
hopefully she made money.
Yeah, you know,
Vani.
Yeah, Brittany Broski. She has the best like pop culture lineup I've ever seen.
Right.
She went from a singular meme, a singular Vine, and went like up. She went to YouTube, and then she went to TikTok, and it's like her, Drew Vassallo.
See that?
It's like a high up climb.
That's what you need to do. That's where you need to go.
That's what they want.
That's what they want. I hope they get there one day, honestly.
Exactly. Me too.
Well, guys, that is all we have for tonight's episode of The Buzz.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram, X, and Facebook at SGTV at USC.
To keep up with all of our content, be sure to also visit us online at sgtv.usc.com. For SGTV, I'm Gabrielle.
And I'm Kennede Fleming. From all of us here at SGTV, have a great night, Carolina, forever to thee.